When's your first
No worries.
performance?
That's a good question. First performance. Oh, I did like a tiny performance, like for 12 of my friends and three people who were organizing like kind of like a social networking event for their Instagram page. So yeah, I performed for like 15 people on like crappy mic, crappy speakers, you know what I mean? Just like basically just wanted to like bring that energy and share with my friends, show them what I've been working on at the time. That was in June of 2018,
Okay.
or no, in May of 2018. And right after the show was done, we all went to see Joey Badass live. So I kind of got outperformed that night.
That's pretty cool. But it's still cool. Like, not only did you get to perform, but you got to bop out and see one of your favorite rappers, because I believe you brought him up earlier as one of your influences. Was it a good show? Did you like the Joy Badass show?
He's good enough. I saw him live twice, a year apart, for the same album,
Okay, that's big words. Which album was this?
All American Badass.
Yeah, it's a pretty good album. I enjoyed that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Joy Badass is pretty cool. But let's talk more about your performing. Did you practice for that, or was it like impromptu? You jump up. Are you like a hit the
The
comb?
uh, at first, like when I had never like touched a mic and done it live, I was like I was practicing a lot just so I made sure not to mess up my lyrics. You know what I mean? Like then from once you have the lyrics down, now you try to like look cool, like you're doing it with no effort. You know what I mean? But pretty much at first, I was practicing just to like have it down so I'm able to remember everything that I've written and it comes out clean and clear and whatnot. But definitely as I evolved as a performer, I started to give less of a fuck and just realized it was about bringing the rage. That's all anybody cares about is having a good time. That's honestly more important than how you look, anything.
Okay, let's talk about that, Mark. Because this is some shit where I don't know. I think a lot about performances, and I'm probably still on that like camp where I practice right before every performance. I gotta do my
Mm-hmm.
lyrics right. I gotta have no like fucking vocals under it. Do you put vocals under your shit? Or, like, do you rap over your verses?
Um, when I started out, I was completely doing like just the instrumental, like play the instrumental in the back, writing completely, rapping completely over it, no vocals, like no background vocals. But as I evolved as a performer and I started to bring more energy and I was trying to like hype man my own shit, it was kind of hard to hype man my own stuff and like, like do drops and try to get like the crowd lit when you also have to like rap every single word. Like it's not possible. Like there's a reason why rap like famous rappers when they perform why they either have a hype man or they have their back vocals going. It's because it's all about crowd interaction at the end of the day. That's what people are paying to see you for.
Yo, that's an amazing fucking knowledge nugget. That is cool that you said that. Um, Tell us a bit about how you interact with the crowd. Then give some people the advice on what they could do to get a crowd to go litty. Hold up.
Okay, well,
Just to preface that, this guy has a picture, right? I think you did the show in Vancouver from what I saw in the caption. And you see him fucking turned around. And I'm not going to lie, there are easily a clean 300 people behind him looking like they fucking are gone, alright? And you just see him with the camera up like that, fucking ready to go. And I'm just like, holy shit, yo, nobody has a crowd like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just saw like what he's describing. I can validate that, at least in that little caption. You really did seem to have the crowd completely fucking at your fingertips. So anyway, go back onto your tips. I just wanted to co-sign your shit a little bit.
that's I appreciate you, but that's so funny that you said Vancouver because I know exactly which picture you're talking about. It says BC, not a mask in sight. So I literally made that caption on purpose because I knew it was gonna trigger so many people. That picture was from when I opened for Dax, and the caption BC was before Corona,
That's
and
amazing.
everybody everybody thought that I meant like I was in Vancouver, BC during the pandemic performing for a crowd of that many people with no masks on. I basically trolled for a little. I trolled like the one time I trolled.
Oh my god, did it work well? Did you get a lot of interactions?
Yeah, I got a ton of comments on the post. People are like, "You're so socially irresponsible. I can't believe you do something like that." Blah blah blah. And I was like, This was in December of 2019.
That's amazing. I really appreciated that because I didn't even like think twice on it. I mean, I just saw the picture and I'm like, first of all, the picture looks lit, and then you just like you have that like fucking thing. Yeah, you got me. You definitely got me. I'm not gonna lie.
It worked. It worked.
That's cool though. I love the way you're thinking about social media. Let's talk on that. One of the bigger conversations that go on now in my life is the role of being an influencer versus being an artist, right? So you're of this new generation. Basically, since you've been making music, influencers influence over all of this shit. Do you see yourself as a musician first? Do you see yourself as an influencer? Do you think that like you have like I don't know. Let's talk. Tell me your feelings on this a little bit.
Okay, so I am definitely an artist first. I don't think that I'm in any position where the way I live or even my normal life would influence anybody. Um, but that's the thing about social media, right? Like my most recent photo, when I picked up my chain, I took a photo of me in a jewelry store with a bunch of drip on with my chain holding like 3 bands to my ear, right? That's not how I live every day though. But that one picture could influence someone to be like, I need to get my money up. I need to go get my first chain. I need this. I need that. So in a way, it could have influenced somebody, but not on like a social level. Like on the level of maybe it reaches out to it, like hits home to a couple of people. But until you're living in a way that the average human doesn't live, I don't think you're in a position to be influencing anybody.
That's a fucking fascinating answer. Like, I believe you gave one of the first interesting defenses of faking wealth that I've ever heard. Meaning, you look at it like if you can have, you see this and you want this, you'll try harder to go get this. Now, like, how did you get to that decision, right? Because that is not my inherent feeling on that. So I want to understand yours better because I would never have thought of it.
Okay. Well, I'm a firm believer. Like Jay-Z said, he said you on the internet holding money to your ear, that's a disconnect. We don't call that money over here. Meaning if you're really rich,
Okay. Okay.
if you're really rich, you're not going to be on the internet flexing cash, right? You have accounts with millions of dollars, you have investments tied up in stocks, everything like this. You're actually rich, right? You don't need to flex your money on the internet, but you can't post your bank account info to the internet, right? How is you just basically the goal of it all is to be at a point where you don't have to say you're rich, right? That's the ultimate goal is being rich to the point you don't have to even tell anybody or say it because like Jay-Z, everybody knows he's rich, right? He never has to wear designer again a day in his life.
But I guess so. From your point of view, it's just now a kind of normalized thing that part of the grind is flexing wealth in an admission you don't have it. Is that kind of like how you see it a little bit, or not necessarily like that? Let me rephrase that. But getting these images that flex away that look really cool is like worth capturing these moments in almost like this is my dream. This is what I'm trying to obtain. That's a better way to word the question. Like is
I couldn't agree more. Definitely, it's like I'm not gonna say fake it till you make it, but it's like you want to project the lifestyle that you want to have, right?
okay.
So so uh also more so it's motivational, right? Like I could like proudly say a year ago I did not have a lot of money. I was pretty broke, and in a year, just by putting a lot of work in, hustling, working all the time, got my money up, and then I was able to afford freaking a useless piece of jewelry, but I got it because I wanted to.
So I guess in that
So it's
point,
like
like just because you were able to have a reason to be in the store in the first place, you just kind of created this moment to look at so that you could see your future.
exactly, or even look back and like my main goal is to be able to look back in a few years and laugh at my current self.
Yo, that's fascinating, right? Because I can kind of relate to it a little bit more now. So thank you very much for sharing your train of thoughts, yo, because that's what this is about. Maybe a little bit of a bridging that generational gap a bit. Because I would never have thought about the idea of taking that picture. But if like, let's say I wasn't a rapper and I didn't have my old man keep real shit going on, right? I've been in so many goofy moments of pretend and capturing these photographs just for the gram, just for the fucking fun of it, that in a sense, it's not really any different. You're just being a normal person. And I think that's fucking cool. Really, like, that's at the end of the day.
Exactly, yeah.